Hi, I'm HelenKeegan-Geroux. I'm the owner of Bountiful Blessing Gifts from Healthy Thoughts, Better Life. And since a number of people who are purchasing the scarves have asked me how to wear them, we thought it'd be a good idea to do a video regarding how to wear the scarves in different ways to adorn different fabrics or different pieces of clothing that you have. So we'll start with just the basic way of wearing this scarf, which is the first thought I had about when I started to design them. Actually, some people told me I should call them scarf necklaces because that's how the basic wearing of the scarf began. So what you do is you just take the pendant and you put it in front of you to whatever length you would like it to be. Again, sort of like a necklace. And then you take your long pieces and you just cross them behind you, behind your neck. And you bring them down in front. And they just basically then adjust it. And that's what's nice about the pendant, it can move to where it feels good for you for the long pieces to be hanging. You also can adjust it to wear it up tighter onto your neck to make it more like a choker, or however much longer you would like it to be. Oftentimes if you have a V-neck or if you have a blouse that's open, you might like that scarf to lay down in that area to show it off more and to fill in that part of the clothing that you're wearing. So that's the basic way of wearing the scarf. Another thing that you can do with the scarf is you can pull it up even tighter, and you can take it around yourself a second time. That makes it nice again if you want to show, which I think does, the charms on the bottom a lot more. You can let them hang like this with the pendant then in the front hanging down, or you can even take them and tie them, and that way again it even brings it up a little bit tighter to your neck, and you have just everything together, the pendant and the charms, just to show it off a little bit more. Something else that you can do with a scarf is you can also take it and just tie the edges. All you do is just, like you would a knot, pull it down through. I think this makes the scarf at times look a little bit more casual. That's what's nice about scarves today. We know that people wear them with either very dressy clothing or jeans or anything in between. And then with the knots, I think it does, again, make it just look a little bit more casual. It also shortens it. So if you're someone who is shorter and the scarf might be a little long, putting the knots at the bottom makes it a little bit shorter. Again, you can pull your pendant down to wherever you need it to be so that it just makes it much more versatile for you. Another thing that you can do with a scarf that a lot of people do with scarves is just wear it that very basic way that you see a lot of people wearing them today. And that is to just take the scarf, find your middle, and fold it in half. Take the pendant, put the rest of it around, and the only trick about this is you want to take your ends down through the top of the scarf. Not up through the bottom, but down through the top of the scarf. Because when you do, that ensures that your pendant is going to be on top. And of course you want to see all parts of the scarf, so your pendant's on top, and it brings the other two parts of the scarf, the longer ends, together, all in together. Again, pull it up tighter if you'd like it to be, or take it down as low as you would like it to be. Another thing that you can do with a scarf also is when you're wearing it the basic way, with the piece in the front, the pendant in the front, and remember, just crossed behind your neck, is something I've done a couple of times too, is just tie it. I tie my knot a little bit, just like a regular knot, and I take the knot a little bit higher than where the pendant is. Because that way, you're still seeing your pendant, it's lying against the knot, you don't see it as much, and again, it just brings your ends together a little bit more. So there are various ways, a number of versatile ways, to wear the scarf, again, so that it suits with a piece of clothing that you have on. The other evening, I had on a cream top and a black skirt, and I actually used the scarf as a belt. Now, I'll show you with one of the flower scarves another way to do this, but I take the pendant off. For the video, I'm just going to put it in the back of me. But that's what's nice about the scarves. Again, the pendants move, so I take the pendant off, and then all I do is just take the two ends of the scarf and tie it. You can either tie it and let it hang down, or again, because the scarves are made of very flexible fabric, you can also tie them. And some scarves lend a little bit better to that, to make a bow, to make it a little bit dressier, a little bit more versatile. Again, you can do this with slacks, jeans, skirt, whatever. The other thing that you can do is you can take it around, tie it in front of you versus the side. Again, this also depends on the fabric of the scarf and the printed scarves of our one-of-a-kind scarves. They can be different however you want to wear them. So you can also hang it in the front too. Another thing that you can do is you can start with the scarves in the front, flat part in the front, and you can bring it back around and make it just a little bit more of a taut scarf. It's not as, or belt. It's not as long, just a little shorter. It's kind of a cute way to show off the charms a little bit more. Wear it in the front, wear it in the side, and again, it just kind of dresses up your outfit. I again did this the other evening with black slacks and a red top, and I had it kind of off to the side, and it just brought a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of pizzazz to the outfit that I had on. So, these are some of the various ways that you can wear the scarves of many blessings. Another nice thing about the scarves, though, too, is that I've made them so you can take the pendant off. And in taking the pendant off, you can wear the scarf if you choose to, without the pendant, and a couple other different ways. But what's nice is you can take this pendant and put it on a choker, or put it on another scarf that you have, so you have more versatile of adornment to wear with the various clothing that you might have that it would match. Alright, I'd like to show you now one of our one-of-a-kind scarves. They are different in fabric and the way they are also made than our basic scarves. This is more of a polyester fabric with, you can see, sparkly dots through it. So it's more of an elegant scarf, more of a dressy scarf. But I don't know about you, but I know today that people wear these with even jeans. So whatever fits for you, that's wonderful. The reason I want to show you one with the flower is that I believe this is the best way to wear this scarf. Just my preference and my opinion, but I have worn this scarf a couple of ways, but I really like wearing it this way the best. So what I like to do is pull it up tight to my neck like a choker. And what I've done, instead of putting it right in the front, I put it over to the side, which I think is a little bit more movement, and actually I believe makes the flowers stand out more. The other evening I wore this scarf. I had on a dressy white top and a black skirt, and this is how I wore it. I put it over to the side, and then I just tied the scarf underneath it. Again, you can take the scarf around as often as feels comfortable for you to do. It's again your preference, it's your comfort zone. I think I've taken this one around 3 times, and then you can see it just has the charms hanging down a little bit, and you also can get to see those too. On this scarf in particular, it's a little different, which you will find with some of the one-of-a-kind scarves. Instead of charms, what I've chosen to do is use what we call the Pandora or the troll beads. But there's always a word on there, and the word on this one is love. So again, just something a little dressier for that special occasion, or even with your jeans, whatever fits for you. Another great thing that you can do, I think, with the flower scarves is to wear them as a belt. But this particular one, when I have worn it as a belt, what I have done is I've put it in the front. Again, I had a black dress that I thought I wanted to dress up a little bit, and so this is what I did with it. I just put the flower in the front, brought this back around, and there's a couple ways you can do this, but I just tied it, and I put it kind of underneath the flower. The best thing to do is to take one of the loops or one of the pieces through the flower, and then it just kind of keeps everything together. And then you just let it hang down again. And then again you see some of your sparklies as well as the flower too, and it dressed the dress up really nice. Okay, as you can see, I love this scarf too, but as you probably figured out, I love all my scarves. I put a lot of my heart and soul into them, and I wouldn't make something that I wouldn't wear. So I really take fine care to look at all the detail in them and how they're put together and everything. This is my beautiful butterfly scarf. I love this scarf. I think this would be great even on curtains or something, just to bring more liveliness to our life, because remember, butterflies are about joyful journey, and don't we all want a joyful journey? This wonderful butterfly, though, also happens to have the word happiness on it, which is great. I think that just adds to your joyful journey, that happiness. This, as you can see, has many colors connected to it, from your yellows, your greens, your aquas, blues. There's a little bit of purple in there, so there's just a myriad of things that you could wear this scarf with. On this scarf, what I just chose to do, with wearing it in the middle, because I think this butterfly stands out and would stand out so well on most anything you would wear, I've just chosen to knot it. I think it just kind of helps it to look a little bit more whimsical, and just brings a little bit of weight to the scarf just to pull it down just a little bit. So again, you can just do very many things with this. There's also some silver flowing through this, so it looks really great as a little bit dressier scarf, or again, something a little more casual too. With this scarf also, you can tie this underneath if you wanted to, even with the knots on the bottom. Keeping the butterfly as your central piece, and just having it brought together. Okay, now I'm going to show you about the care of the scarves. Some people have asked about washing them. Again, the nice thing about these scarves is that you can take off the pendant. And you want to do that before you wash it, of course, because even if you hand wash it, because you want to keep these pendants as safe as you can. And some are a little bit more delicate than others. The dragonfly one with the glass button, of course, that's very, very delicate. So, all right, so you want to take the pendant off and place it somewhere where you're not going to lose it, where you're going to remember it. If you're like me, that happens. And then the way that I have washed these scarves, that works out very well. You can do the two pieces together, or you can do them separately. I just take white socks, those socks that I use to walk in, and what I do is stuff the end with the charms in that sock. Make sure that's they're done in there, and then what I do is I take a rubber band, one that's going to be strong enough, and I take it around as many times as I need to keep the sock on. So that side's done. Now we'll try the next side. This is just a good, safe way of making sure those charms are going to stay on there. And the sock is white, so you're not going to worry about coloring at all, as well as the cream rubber band. And not worry about it fading either. Again, put it on so it's going to stay. Could you put this in undelicate in your washing machine? Probably, but you know what? I don't know about you, I don't get my scarves that dirty. So I would just probably put this in some cold water with some light washing liquid and washing detergent, and just kind of, swish it through until you feel comfortable that you feel it's clean enough. Rinse it again then in cold water, and then I wouldn't put it in the dryer, any of them. What I would do is put them on a hanger, hang them up somewhere to dry. If you've got a clothesline somewhere, you could then I would take the sock off once you have it washed, and I would put the scarf somewhere where you could hang it up to dry. Safe, so it's not going to fly off or fall away, and an area that will get your scarf dry for you, so that it's nice and ready and freshened for you to wear it again. I want everyone to know that, as I said, I make these scarves with great care and put my own positive energy into it, many blessings. But if there's ever a problem or ever anything that goes wrong, don't ever hesitate to contact me, and we certainly will make it right. So that's your care instructions for your scarf. Wear it in good health. Blessings.